Alright, here we are. We've got our mission here, Coastal Defense. So we've got one DD Cole McCormick class destroyer versus a British destroyer, which we'll find out when the battle's over, but, you know, basically said that, well, it said enemy raiders. The British destroyer has tried to intercept this little group of our destroyer, escorting the cargo ship, so they're about the same size, way about the same. So here it is. This is the DD Cole, a McCormick class destroyer. It took like 4 hours to design. And there's the lovely transport ship. Let's see, it is the Miluis. So its goal is, of course, I believe it's my current ally is Austria-Hungary and Denmark. So we're in the East Atlantic, so it's probably sailing there to get us some much-needed money to continue building ships and rearming and that thing. So now we are looking for the enemy destroyer. This is a voiceover, by the way. I've never done this before. No idea what it's going to be like. And we found them. And we have... I can already tell that their guns aren't as big as ours because we started shooting earlier. The higher caliber gun, the farther the range is. And one issue, though. Again, we don't know much. I'm about to find out. Yep. Look at it. It's a nice little design. Yeah, our guns are slightly bigger. They do also have torpedoes, of course. In fact, it looks like they might have launched them a second ago. We only have 4 torpedo tubes on this, which is great, you know, which is good enough, but some countries will absolutely overkill. And yep, there's a torpedo warning icon right there. So one of those would be game ending, like pretty much cripple destroy, but yeah, what does that want? A ton, like actually scare the crap out of me. That would have been game over. So very much trying to steer around that. There we go. So we do know that they obviously have a crap ton of torpedoes, which is scary. And now they've smoke screened, so I can't see them or shoot at them. If you can see them, though, the smoke screen basically just makes it to where the person shooting, either accuracy like drops like terribly, and you know our crew have relocated them. We just launched torpedoes. Honestly, shooting torpedoes at a destroyer is like a very Hail Mary, unless you have like what they have, like an array. Like, they're really easy to dodge because of how fast destroyers are naturally. For trading shots. Okay, so I've also just now, probably at this moment, realized that this is a fresh destroyer, and so the crew is cadets. These guys are brand new. Oh yeah, and here I am quickly turning up the music and everything. Yep. Speed it up. Our crew are fresh cadets, so their stats are terrible. They're terrible at just about everything. They're not going to be good at shooting or anything like that. I needed to... The crew ranking goes up with how, you know, with every battle, you know, if they survive, they get better trained, they get more accurate, they get better at everything. But also, resources-wise, I haven't been spending a lot of money on crew training. I've been really spending it on researching technology and building bigger shipyards for bigger ships, more shipping like that cargo ship. I bought a bunch. Oh, we did actually hit them just then. We just nicked them. It was like very, very little amount of damage. Don't even know where we hit them, but yeah. Just trying to get us either, you know, crews. And after this battle, though, I did like skyrocket crew funding. Yes, it is clear. We have 3 4-inch guns, 1 on the very front, 2 on the back. They have, I think, just 2, and they're both on the back. So every time they're looking at us, I know we have that advantage. Our torpedoes are reloading. We have, yeah, we have just probably only 1 shot left. Yeah, right there. They have a gun on the back and torpedo tubes on the front. They are also fastened. Oh, there's our torpedoes. They just barely missed, actually. That was a lot closer than it should have been, but, you know, maybe they're trash. We hit them again. That was actually a pretty good hit. Yeah, we've damaged their... In the upper right, you can see the schematic of whatever ship I'm holding over. We kind of damaged their butt there. They're not flooding or anything on fire. They've lost 1% of their crew, so... What was that? 12? That's 1 guy. We killed a guy with that shot. Okay. And at this point, they're just running, which is... Like, you know, our top speed is, what is that, 29, 30, yeah, 30 knots. Theirs is about 35, so if they, you know, wanted to get away from us, they could literally just waste 30 minutes of my time and slowly go away until, you know, we leave the battle. But this is a good broadside here. We can use all 3 of our guns. The more we fire theoretic. Oh, they did. That is torpedo salvo. Yes. It's a terrible shot on their part. Our torpedoes are about to be reloaded. So we're doing the song and dance. I will be speeding up a lot of this video because this actual battle was 55 minutes long or something like that, and I want to make sure this is less than 10 minutes. I don't think it is. I think it's like 20. But we are currently just shooting at each other from afar, and right now I'm worried because they seem to be heading towards our transport, which is the whole point of us fighting them. Is I want to at least try and distract them and let that transport get away, because that's our economy right there. We need that to survive. But at this point, they're turning back towards us, so they want the little dog fight here. And at this point, we fired, and yep, it's not good. It's another salvo. And that is a pretty good hit right there. And okay, they just hit us back like twice as hard. So I think we damaged one of their torpedo tubes, and we now have an internal fire and flooding in the bow. So this is really not like I'm sweating at this point. This is not good. Like, destroyers cannot take that much hits before it's over. See, all the advantages of being a destroyer are lost when you're fighting another destroyer, because you both have both those. So now it's just a really even fight. This would be a terrible situation if they were any bigger and had some actual, like, firepower. This is very early stages in naval combat, so we're both, you know, not the best, but, I mean, in terms of around the world, I think we do have the superior destroyer. Yep, that's another fire flooding. Hit us in the bow again. I wish I'd researched more on the armor of this thing. I couldn't afford, gosh. Yeah, this is not good. They also just took out an engine, so we're lowered to 25 knots instead of 30. And again, they're practically untouched right now. They lost a few guys actually. But I mean, they're chilling. They're not, you know, they've slowed down right now. They're not stressed out at all. Because again, they are trained, so they are a lot more accurate and everything. They're just a lot more calculated. So like, they can turn faster, they can steer faster, they can aim guns faster, calculate, you know, fire, anything an actual naval crew could do. They just basically do it better. And we have a penalty on everything, yeah. Because our crew is cadets, they're low. We have a 15% reduction on accuracy and all that crap. So we are really not looking so good here. Oh, we did get a hit just then. At this point, we're both, like, smoke screened. We are still flooding, still taking on water. It doesn't look like it's spreading through compartments. It's just filling up the last compartment. So our crew, never mind, I spoke too soon. That was right through our bridge, our conning tower. Our front, the area where they drive the ship, basically, that is injured. And I believe that means they have killed the commanding officer of the ship. So now everyone's also going to, all the crew's penalized again. I don't remember what it is. Oh my gosh, another heavy hit in the front. They've now took out our front guns, so we only have 2 in the back. The schematic up there, if you look at the ship, that looks like you're looking from the top down. That red thing is the conning tower. Oh, they took out the conning tower, I'm an idiot. We still have 3 guns. We are flooding yet again. We're just taking heavy hits right now. And honestly, we should be taking a lot more damage, but their accuracy is kind of terrible. We did just hit them right back, about half of what they did to us, and they hit us right back again. So this is just an absolute fist fight at this point. We're literally fist fighting each other, band for band, round for round. Our gun is of higher caliber, but they just their shell type, whatever shell type they chose, a lot more effective at damage. I need to actually, after I'm done recording this, I need to go look at that and get a better round for these ships, a better armor piercing round for our destroyers, because this is just better. Like, we have a higher gun caliber, but their shell is just better at dishing out damage than ours is. So oh, we did hit him. We did just penetrate just then. Was that 600? That's good. So I will now quickly explain something while we are having this slugfest. The green bar on top, or the red bar for them, is their structural integrity. So how much, like, health, quote unquote, their ship has. How many components are at full health versus, you know, our damage. So they just hit us hard pretty again, and now we're actually starting to list. The line below that, the blue line, is our buoyancy, is how buoyant the ship is. So now we are at about 75% buoyancy, you know, water's starting to crest over the deck. And we're about, 88 structural integrity. So, you know, let's see, half their ship, you know, their guns are destroyed, their conning tower, their structural integrity is going to go down. Yeah, and that also affects how well they're able to like stop flooding or fires or keep ammo from detonating, that kind of thing. Speeding up a lot of this because again, at this point they're just running, and now I'm confused as to why. Why are they running away? And now I realize, they're not running towards the transport ship. They're running away from us, which I find hilarious because of the fact that they are beating us up pretty bad right now. We just nicked them there. At this point, we were both using a ton of ammo. We've probably fired over 200 rounds, probably, maybe more. 3 turrets, constantly firing at this point. I believe, yeah, we're starting to run low on ammo, which is not good. And now the destroyer seems to be doing this very, very strange thing where they will run towards us, as fast as they can, get close enough to, I guess, try and get some accurate shots, and then, yeah, they'll turn around so they can use their guns again. But to use their guns that are on their back, they have to be going, either diagonal or directly away from us because the guns are on the butt of their ship. But it works bonus points for them because it means that we have a hard time hitting them while they're like zigzagging, and they get accurate shots because of the fact they get so close. And at this point, I'm just trying to kill any distance between us while keeping a good broadside because we are a lot less accurate than them, but we have a lot more guns. So I just want to make sure I can keep that in play, especially while they've kind of beat us up pretty bad here. We're not limping anymore. It seems our crew have repaired our engine and stuff like that. But oh, and they're slightly flooding. Okay, they've probably been flooding the whole time, a little bit since we started that fist fight. But by no means they are not limping at all. They are still, well in this fight. And now they are directly running, just like straight up running as fast as they can. Yeah, they go turning around again, coming back. At this point, I'm about to put a hole through my monitor because I'm like, what is this? What is going on? Fight me. And the weird thing is, like, I wouldn't be mad, but like they're not even trying. If they wanted to right now, they could outrun us, make it to the transport, and kill it. There it is. Up, and just as I was talking, we just hit him, of course, while I wasn't paying attention. They had just hit us. Or we hit them, I mean, sorry. We had hit them, did some slight damage. We have actually, appears we've caught their stern on fire, which is not good for ships of this class, this small, because fire can spread. Especially for their crew, obviously. I don't know how many. Definitely took some losses from that fire that they still, nope, still on fire. They just love doing this hokey pokey with us, this song and dance. I mean, I guess it's just what they have to do if they really do want to hurt us. Of course, the smart thing to do is literally just ditch us and go kill the cargo ship. Because that would do, not only would that benefit them a lot, that would unbenefit me a lot, because then I lose an entire cargo ship. Sure, of course, very valuable. It's only one. I probably have like 200, but, I really need, destroyers here to defend that, I assign destroyers to do that. Or light cruisers. This scenario is also very rare, by the way, a destroyer being off by themselves. I mean, so are we, but this is early war. I mean, this is the first fight we've had against the British after I was talking trash and they declared war on us. They like beans and toast, so we just nicked them again. Again, it's our shells, man. I need to fix that because we almost have. They have about 4-inch guns. Yeah, 4-inch guns is what they have. I mean, really just gotta look into it. I will make this ship better, I promise. There's a lot, this is a learning. Every first battle with a new class is a learning curve. There's a lot I can do. I told you. It takes a long time. At the end of this, I might include just a tour of one of these ships at dock. I'm sure I have one in port somewhere in like New York I could show you. Show you how we build these and why it takes so long to make them and how tedious the game is for how like detailed everything is, which is why I love the game. They've yet again smoke screened. Again. But at this point they have stopped and now I'm just heading towards them. They've completely stopped. And it would appear they're out of ammo as they've stopped shooting too. So I believe, yep, I basically just told my guns to stop firing. Don't waste any more ammo than we have to because we're already very low. And what we are going to do is we are just going to pull up right beside them and just unleash on them. Yep, they're completely out of ammo. There's nothing that ship could possibly do anymore. So They probably stopped hoping that we'd go away while they hide in their smoke screen, or that we'd, like, maybe accept them on board as surrender, but they basically probably aren't going to make it home. They're right on the East Coast. They're actually right off of, like, Virginia or something. I think this is where this is. Well, I say right off, probably like 200 miles offshore, you know. We're in the middle of the ocean, but still. We're going to go and slow it down here. Get ready to take care of this frickin' Brit. And I basically just told my turrets to now target and fire, and because the crew is not, you know, untrained, all the guns have to fire at the same time. You can see that turret on the back slowly rotating towards them. If they're a more expert crew, the guns could fire independently, but they all like to fire at the same time. And oh my gosh, that is some serious damage. So obviously, the shells are not bad. 3, 4, that hurts a lot, yes. Absolutely destroying them now at this point. And now we got a runner. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a runner. Their buoyancy is rapidly dropping. They're now on fire and flooding. And they've taken a lot of losses too, crew-wise, so they're already going to be a lot more inefficient at everything. And yeah, crew losses makes your guns reload slower, less accurate, you know, stuff like that. And now at this point, he's straight limping. He can't go very fast at all, and he's now... half of his deck is now engulfed in flames, but it looks to be just the deck, nothing more than that. I don't think it's an internal fire. But now his guns on his back are also on fire, and the crew that... man, those are probably dead now, but... at this point, we are now both out of ammo, which is extremely frustrating. I'm tired of this. So, you know, how much... yeah, he's got lower health than us. We're gonna ram him. We're gonna end this one way or another, do justice to our McCormick class destroyer, and also get our first victory of the Brits, and hopefully get some other countries to like us.
Locked on target. Prepare for impact.
Not the most damage, but that is certainly... okay, now we're getting up there. That's probably about as much damage as like one direct hit from a round would give you. Buoyancy's rapidly dropping. Yep, water's starting to rush onto their deck at this point. They are absolutely limping. Now I'm trying to line up a second ram. At this point, I'm probably about fuming, because this is probably about the most annoying fight against a destroyer I've ever had in my entire life. Nonetheless, this is the first time ever fighting the British in the game. Especially as the United States, that is extremely rare. I don't know how I managed to get it like this. Well, I guess we... well, I mean, I really usually only talk trash to historical enemies of the United States in this time period, but nope. It's like, why not? We're a much bigger country, all in all. Second huge ram. I'm now basically ripping the side of both of our ships open. I'm also, I guess, gassing their whole deck crew out because our smokestacks are literally pouring onto them. And yeah, they're basically extremely injured at this point. Still slightly flooding, but all in all, it's just not doing that much damage. Like, we'd probably have to ram them 8 more times. Or it might, there's a chance it might even stop entirely, because you can only do so much damage to outside components before, like, yeah, it's doing that, but it's just not doing enough damage to break any watertight compartments and allow damage to spread and sink the boat. So, at this point, I'm now setting up my final ram. And might I just add, they are freaking great at not letting me ram them. Like, this is literally, I sped this up like 5 times at least or something like that. Like, oh my gosh. It's not enough, though. Nowhere near as much damage as the last one, but they're in very poor health at that point. I mean, yeah, they're just limping, just barely. I mean, so are we kind of, but honestly, we're really not in that bad of shape. We can still get up to 25 knots, which is really fast for this time period, by the way. We are starting at 1910, so we actually just started a whole war early, by the way. Great Britain declaring war on us also made Germany declare war on Great Britain, Austria-Hungary declare war on Great Britain. I believe France also wants some hands from us too. I'm not allies with them. I probably should, but I just want to I want to see how good they are, and also I'm admiring the absolute amount of damage this destroyer has taken. Look at the size of these holes. But I mean, the battle did flood, but you saw, I mean, it stopped. The crew patched it up. They did a good job as cadets. Their first battle ever. In this universe, the first naval battle of the United States too, apparently. Great Britain here again. Their crew was trained, so they've been fighting for probably about, I think, a year. They've been fighting with very small countries and taking over their islands. I've been playing it chill. Here's the transport ship, alive and perfect. We did our job. We pretty much just left them for dead. I decided we're just gonna leave them for dead. We're gonna return to our post. And look at that. We killed 47 of the crew. They killed 12. The game said it was a draw, but I mean, green. The colors on the ships coordinates how damaged they are. So we're still in the green for both of our ships, and they are red would be like, I think when it's blacked out, it's sunk. Red is heavily damaged, and orange is like limping. Or no, yeah, no, that is heavily damaged. Orange is heavily damaged, but yeah. Honestly, yes, the fight was a draw. Yes, I do need to go back to the drawing board and upgrade. I mean, really, the only thing our destroyer needs is just I need to find a way to research better armor that's lighter so I can add it to our displacement, and also maybe tinker with what rounds we're using. And I'm just, you know, looking at the design of the destroyer. It's a cute little destroyer. But yeah, the first battle of the war. Destroyer versus destroyer. Very, very rare circumstance. Yeah. Light damage, medium damage, yep. Oh, it's 1912. Alright, and here we are. I thought I was recording audio when I recorded this video, but this is again yet another voiceover, but that's okay. So right here, we have the McCormick class destroyer in a home port. I believe this is New York City or something like that, or Georgia coast, I don't know. Could be Charleston, I don't remember. But here it is. So it's a very nice ship. We have, you know, its main armament is in fact these torpedo tubes I'm highlighting right here. We have 4 torpedoes on board. Not bad. Apparently other destroyers at this area have like 8. We will fix that. We'll get on that when we unlock a better, bigger hull to fit more stuff on. And here's the back of the ship. As you can see, 2 of these 4-inch turrets. And actually, I just got a notification from you. Do we game? Yes, we do. Right after, yeah. But we do on the bow here is our third 4-inch turret, which is what gave us that slight advantage in that fight. They didn't have one in the front, but we have 3 in total. In all, the 4-inch is like not a bad caliber for destroyer. It can definitely deal with enemy destroyers of the exact same class and weight. Like that is no problem. However, again, our problem was with our accuracy because our crew was untrained, so they had not only were their base stats bad, but they had penalties applied because they were brand new. But again, I have now put a lot more funding into our crew training, so in later battles that should be a lot less of a problem. Again, I basically use these as basically escorts in areas that are not likely for people to fight in, or to patrol the coast. I use it as a tandem escort for cargo ships, or just an extra ship to help out bigger ships fight other ships. Like, you pair it with any class bigger than it. Like, I'll have a destroyer and a light cruiser, or a light cruiser and 2 destroyers, that kind of thing. It's very rare to have them by ourselves, except for when they're escorting cargo ships. I think that's very loud. I apologize. I believe most of them are with light cruisers right now, because the biggest ship we have in service are light cruisers, which is for the area bad, because I think Britain has like 94 active ships right now, and a lot of them are heavy cruisers, battleships, big scary ships. We do have a 1 battleship class. We have 8 of them right now. We just don't have any good heavy cruiser hulls, but I believe in a moment I'm going to show you the light cruiser Ava that it helps escort in fights. I will not be showing you the battleship because, yeah, here it is. It wasn't shown in the video. This is relevant because destroyers and the Ava class light cruiser work in tandem. So, yep, here it is. It is an absolutely, it is 8,000 tons heavier than the 1,000-ton destroyer. It is 9,000 tons. I'm going to turn that. The music isn't going to be as loud as you. It is like deafening me right now. I'm going to turn that down post. But yeah. So these front turrets, those are 7-inch guns, I believe, or 6.9. So just about 7. Where basically what I'm doing is taking the accuracy bonus that the 6-inch guns have, and basically almost 7 inches. So the shell does about as much damage, which is very cheeky. And bonus accuracy for higher caliber guns. The barrel is, I believe, 20% longer too. Yeah, I'm turning my music down right now because it is extremely loud. And along its side here, you will see it's almost a pirate ship style hull with these, I believe. Oh, I pointed out to myself a minute ago. Oh yeah, I'm double checking the gun caliber here. Yeah, 6.9. So, and on the sides, these are 3.9, so almost 4-inch. So just about what we have on the destroyers as the destroyer's main gun. We've got about, like, what, 12 of those? Let's see, armament. I'm trying to read it. It's small in this, like, editing window. I think it's like 28 or something, so 14 on each side, I believe. I'm about to count in a second, I believe. But yeah, absolutely devastating broadside if a destroyer were to get close, because we saw how much damage 3 of those could do in close range with good hits. Like, it tore that destroyer almost entirely apart. Yeah, here I'm talking about them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, so it says 22. I need glasses. 22 in total. Basically 4-inch guns, which is insane, insane, insane for a light cruiser. Secondary loadout, anyway. These are really meant, those guns are really here to keep destroyers away. If they get close, it will absolutely tear them apart. The main guns are really meant to fight other light cruisers and destroyers. How I build my class of ships is my light cruisers are meant to be able to destroy other light cruisers and any ship below that. So the heavy cruisers are meant to be able to attack enemy heavy cruisers and destroy anything below that. That's kind of how I work. Just simplify their classes and make them make sense. Which, I mean, in real life, they do make sense. But yeah, light cruiser. This thing's meant to handle other light cruisers accordingly and absolutely destroy it. And here's the refit model, which I'm about to complain about. Gosh, yeah, that annoys me so. I had somehow accidentally told the new model of that ship to put the turret off center. The back one is on center. So what that is actually the same gun, but I had unlocked, this is about a month after it was built, a new turret design that allowed me to put 2 of those 7-inch guns in one turret. So now I basically doubled my main firepower and remounted those turrets. This is the only change that this refit model has. So any active cruisers are that original model I show you, and any cruisers currently in port, I told them to spend 2 months, I believe, refitting to put those new guns out. So now we only have about half of our cruisers able to fight right now out patrolling the ocean because the other half are being refit. I will no longer, because I just discovered this, I will no longer be telling them to refit anymore. It doesn't matter anyway, because I've made a new model of light cruiser while I was waiting for this video to, like, render. It's the second Ava the Second class cruiser, which I hopefully will show. Wow, this video's gonna be long. I apologize. This might be so boring. I'm about to show it in a second. The newest model of the light cruiser Ava the Second. Here it is. I basically took the original model and made it about 20 feet longer, and I put a much higher. I believe those are 7.9, so basically 8-inch main guns, dual-barreled too, in the turrets. I managed to fit them in those turrets. I upped the armor. I put better ammo rounds in them, and now I think it has about like 4 more of those 4-inch guns mounted on the side somewhere. Because I think this one has like 38 or something, 36, something like that. An abysmal amount of firepower. But yeah, that is that.